I said to myself, I want to be the biggest drug dealer in South London. I'm Nequela Whittaker, and this is my journey. I'm from a place called Mitesfield in Brixton, South London. At the time, Brixton was infested with the yardies, so they came and they were selling drugs and crack and heroin. And my mum wanted to move us away from that at that time, so we moved to CLAPHAM with the hope of better prospects. We was able to go into each other's houses because everybody knew each other. And if my mum wasn't on the estate, there was other people's parents that was looking out for us. It was even nicer because we had a garden. My mum didn't let us go out and play across the road with a lot of the other kids on the estate. Because we had a garden, there was no reason for us to kind of explore further. But the point where my life turned was when I was in primary school, and it was in relation to my sexuality. Lesbians and LGBTQ, that wasn't something my family was very accepting of because of their cultural background and where they've come from. It was tough because I had to live as one person in the day and another person in the nighttime. At home, I portrayed this sweet, innocent, angelic girl because that's what my mum wanted to see, innit? As a young person, I then discovered drugs. I was 13, I started selling cannabis when I was 13. Where in Clapham, where I lived, there was a substance misuse house. And I saw this as an opportunity to befriend these people and use their weakness or their vulnerabilities as a strength for me to be able to build a line. By the time I got to year 11, I was making about £700 of an evening of selling crack and heroin. I liked the fact that I was good at selling crack and heroin. I got arrested, unfortunately, for an assault. And once I got that assault on my DBS or my CRB at the time, I said to myself, I want to be the biggest drug dealer in South London. And I happened to become a mule. So I was transporting kilos, ounces, money up and down the country for the purpose of selling drugs back into communities. I was caught in 2000 and maybe 2007. I went on the run for a year because mentally my mental capacity couldn't manage to go into prison. At that time, I was smoking about 2 to 3 ounces of weed a week. My court case, I ended up going because I knew that I couldn't keep outrunning this. And I ended up getting a 4-year sentence in court in Vale. The moment that made me realize where I was going was there was a picture in my cell. And I just kept thinking to myself, I can't end up hanging like this picture in the wall. And why I say that is because I could have got into an altercation because I was called the N-word. My first instance was to boil my kettle and start stirring the sugar because I was going to scold her. But when I stopped and thought about it, if I do that, I'm going to get so many more years added onto this sentence. I'm going to be hanging like this picture in the wall. That ain't me. So I said to myself, in this time, I'm going to work on myself and I want to become the changer in my community when I come back out. And that's what I did. So now I'm a qualified youth worker. I've got a 2-1 degree in applied social science, community development and youth work. And I work in my community to help prevent girls and young women becoming at risk of county lines, gangs, and young people who feel like they need the extra support and additional support by someone who's had life experience. Somebody like me in the textbook world shouldn't or wouldn't make it to the places that I've got to. I'm just trying to change my life, but with that, I'm seeing how much of an impact it's having to other people.